Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Hey people, how y'all guys doing today? We're running a little late, but we got some interesting things getting ready to happen. I got to ask my partner this. I got to ask him this. I got to, man. It just shot up into my face and stuff this morning. What the hell is going on with them Lakers, man?
I don't
They
know. I
sold
am
them.
upset.
How in the hell a year ago they bought them fuckers for $10 billion and now they're going for $12.5 billion. That old boy that made him $2.5 billion, man, in less than a fucking year. Excuse my French people. What the hell going on, man?
And then they hired Phil Jackson.
They hired who?
Phil Jackson?
You shitting me.
No.
I thought he was dead.
No, they hired Phil Jackson, bro.
You got to be kidding me. He got to be old as sin, man. Shit, that Negro got to be at least 100. He can't
Well,
even.
they hired him as president of basketball operations.
You shitting me. And how in the hell is the other owner? He's still in charge of the goddamn team. How he do that? He done sold the team now, but he's still in charge.
They just, I guess they just want a part of it. Yeah, you're talking sports now, and you're aware of this. These teams now, man, is racking up. All of a sudden, they value has tripled. Some of them 4 times as much as they were worth. And sports is one of the big things that these people, because of this gambling thing, they gamble all over the country, all over the world. And people like to bet, and they bet on everything. How many shots he gonna take? How many shots he gonna make? All of that. Rebounds. It's crazy, man. And a lot of people not even interested in sports bet on this stuff. It's the gambling world, bro.
So this, because of what's going on out there with gambling and gaming and stuff now, these teams now are becoming more valuable, of what you're saying.
Yeah. And that's why you're getting these players making $60, $75 million a year. $60 to $70 million a year, bro. And that's not even counting their endorsements.
So that means because of this price tag that the Lakers sold for the rest of these teams and stuff and everything, their price tag
Their
is
value
shot
went up.
up. They're already shot up. So
Their value went up.
There gonna probably be some more teams who are gonna be bought out because them owners and stuff now saying, hell, we might well make us a big profit here and everything and let the teams go.
Yeah, and they're
Mm.
talking about expanding. A couple more teams. One in Vegas and one in Seattle.
Oh man, yeah, Seattle did have a team a long time ago, the Supersonics.
Yep,
Yep, they were Supersonics last man, yeah. That's where Jack played at Sigma.
yep.
I forgot that they had dissolved them. Hmm. So Seattle gonna get a team now, and Las Vegas gonna get one. So
Well,
Las
that's the
Vegas got
grapevine.
already got a football team. Now they're getting ready to get a basketball team now.
That's
Huh?
the
Hmm.
grapevine. Vegas and Seattle,
Hmm.
and they want an international. They want several international teams. Somewhere in Europe and somewhere in Asia.
Hmm. 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 Man, this is unheard of. I guess I don't know what to say, man. It's just these people out there, man. They just throwing money around like nothing.
It's nothing, man. It's nothing. It's chump change to them. And they know the value is just going to constantly go up anyway. These players, when you play a game, some of these players is making what, 60, 100 million, 100,000, or what, $600,000 a game, five, three, four, $500,000 a game. It's crazy, and we don't even want to talk about baseball. Baseball just got ridiculous.
Well, they are playing a lot more games there than that in the National Basketball Association. They in 165 games and stuff in a year. So I guess that's a that's a long road to hoe there and stuff and everything. So I can't blame them for paying them. 'Cause they got doing 165 games in a year. Not that's not counting the playoffs and all the rest of the stuff going on. So hey, I think those guys probably earning their money,
But it's
especially.
all becoming very, a lot of nepotism is in this in sports now because if your daddy was good or your granddaddy was good or your cousin or you get a better shot at it because they get better training. It's going to be it's a like the cream always rise to the top in college sports, but nowadays a lot of these kids don't even go to college. They go to the G League or they go play overseas and become better. And people are looking at these players, bro. It's very hard for a young man that don't know nobody or just out there by themselves to really make it, because we don't know who the new superstar gonna be, and that's in every sport: football, basketball, baseball. But hey, Will Chamberlain's rolling around in his grave right now. When he made 100, I remember the day he signed that contract. It was all in the newspaper. $100,000 a year.
That ain't shit nowadays. Yeah, that's chump change.
Ooh, that was the biggest contract ever for any sport.
That today. That's chump change, man. Shoot, they wiping their butts with $100,000 and stuff.
Yeah,
Shit.
they go to those strip clubs and blow that.
Hell yeah, man. Shit. Ooh, man. Well, somebody making some money because you got the agents and stuff for these players, and then a lot of them got their own trainers and stuff out there now that they got to pay, and security people and stuff for them and everything. And man, and
Oh, everybody feed off of them now. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong
they
now.
are. They feeding off them. You got a lawyer. You got to have one sitting there. You got to have your accountant sitting there with the money. You got to have people investing your money, and then oh man, those guys and stuff, man, damn, they have a whole team. I remember a couple of years ago when Jalen Hurts signed his
You gotta have a
contract and
talent.
stuff.
You gotta have a talent agent too, because if you want to do commercials, you gotta have a talent agent.
Gotta have that. Yeah, somebody who's negotiating these contracts and stuff for you. Hell, I'm getting going back to Jalen Hurt. He had 5 people and stuff and everything who negotiated his daggone contract, all women. He had, I think, 2 of them were attorneys and the other ones and stuff and everything. I think his mom was in that also and everything. They were all in that group there. 5 women who helped negotiate his contract. I think then he was 350 or $400 million he signed for Philadelphia Eagles. So hey, it's
Well, I'm glad
it's
for him,
big.
man.
Yeah, I am
Hey,
too, man. Because you're putting people to work. You're giving them a job and everything. And there's a whole lot of other people making a whole heck of a lot of money off of that. So not just the players themselves and everything. Hell, man, they have their own entity and stuff out there. Their own company, I guess, almost. They done hire maybe 10 or 12 employees and stuff out there with them. So it's
and when you
putting.
think about it, each one of these people, I mean, those people that even if you're a starter or you're a regular and people know you, you start building your brand, and your brand you can take it as far as you want it to go. You can use that brand. Some some people like I'm gonna use a name that we haven't heard in a long time, like Larry Johnson and Earl the Pearl. You know, those people have brands now, bro. Earl the Pearl, Larry Johnson. I mean, wherever they go in business or what have you, people want to meet them. And they've been out of the league for 30 years.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, well, they took some very smart people and everything out there to start branding them like that and bringing them into folds and say, hey, you can make money and stuff other than being out there playing basketball. Let's use your name, image, and license, just like they're doing in college.
Yep.
Just like you're doing in college, and they can make money off of that because people want to clothing lines, all kind of stuff, man, going on. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my clothing line. These my
Larry
shoes.
Johnson had his own. He had his own clothing line. You probably don't even know what it is.
Hmm.
It's called One on One or One something. I had a couple of pair of shorts of it. And then Larry Johnson did that commercial with Grandmama. You remember that?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. And he was on the that series and stuff. Oh man, he was on that show with Stephen Urkel. Urkel, Urkel had that show and they had him on there with his dress on and everything, playing basketball.
You know,
Grandmama. Yeah.
the thing is that um, it's so great that America is the way it is. Is very commercial. Everything is for sale here. Everything is for sale in America.
Hmm. Everything. You name it, it's
Uh,
for sale.
they just passed some type of law. I haven't looked into it closely, but they had mentioned it that they had allowed. It used to be where they would vet people that wanted to invest in America and buy stuff. Now they passed a law that they no longer do that anymore.
Hmm.
I haven't really looked into it, but it sounds like it might be kind of dangerous, when you let any and everybody come in and just buy whatever they want to buy. They
Hmm.
don't have to be vetted or anything like that. But we'll see. I don't know what's coming out of that
Well,
because a lot of these countries, you just can't do that.
yeah,
You can't go
well,
into the country and do stuff like that.
it opens the door for that criminal element for the gangsters and the mafia and all the other folks to come in and start doing some things. So you're right, it could be a dangerous daggone thing and stuff because if you start taking that money and stuff on these gangsters and they got a right to come in there and tell you what the hell to do because you got their money.
That's right.
And shit, you can be easily killed.
Yeah, and
So
you don't know who you're dealing with neither
you
because
really
they
don't.
can
You
come
don't.
in as a company, and then and the backdrop of it is that they own that company, and you
Yep.
don't even know it.
And you'll have no idea what's going on. If somebody done sold you and they done laundered all their ill-gotten gains and stuff in there. One of the things and stuff did that eventually, I don't know if this is going to happen. I don't know if it is going to come about and everything, but this daggone Epstein thing that they got going on out there, man, there's a whole lot of crap behind that. And a whole lot of people and stuff have taken their money and they've used it and everything to invest into different parts of this economy, even outside this this country and everything. They got a whole lot of money sitting out there, and they got enough power and stuff now, man, to hide that stuff. And I'm seeing, Trump and everything. He's deeply involved in that, in that crap and everything to keep it hid. But hopefully, eventually, someday, that somebody's going to open up and say, "Hey, we need to figure out what the hell's going on," because there was a whole lot of women who were exploited and everything during that phase and everything, and probably still are being trafficked all over the world. So it's a big mess out there, and they're doing one
Well,
hell of
we
a
already
job, man,
know that
hiding it.
trafficking is one of the biggest incomes for these gangsters, just like drugs.
Yep.
And then they laundering money. A lot of these people are laundering, well, we already talked about this many times. They launder money by buying real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And they launder money by, getting these brokers to invest in stock markets. And they're supposed to report this stuff, but, I think that's out the window now.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of money out there, man, in this stuff, man. These folks, these criminal elements and stuff, they are, shoot, that business and stuff is in the trillions of dollars and that stuff right now. And I don't think anybody got enough power to go out there and really open up the door and everything and let these folks know what the hell is happening. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to be really surprised and stuff who was involved in that mess. So, and like
The one thing
getting,
that I'm mainly concerned about, and maybe I might be being a conspiracist, but when that RJKF or Robert Kennedy Jr., when he started making that announcement about the poisoning of America with the food products that's on the shelf and what have you, and bringing the attention to it, we already knew this. I mean, everybody's been knowing it. That's the reason why they started putting labels on the packages. But the point is that these people, a lot of this stuff is really shouldn't be eaten. A lot of the products that we make for Americans won't even sell. They won't even buy it for their country. They can't even sell it to other countries. And so I'm trying to figure out what is the outcome and what was the purpose that he said that for. I have no idea. But I'm just going by my own experience being a grocery shopper. I shop at the local stores, the major grocery stores, and Walmart. And I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at a decrease in products. And that's what I'm looking at. When I look at these shelves, I look at them very closely. And a lot of these shelves used to be full. And some of them is only 3 packages or 4 packages deep. And, so we don't really know the intel of what's going on with this food supply. We only have, 300 and maybe 40 million people in this country, but I'm talking about worldwide food supply. And I know that not long ago you was talking about how China, the president of China, or whatever you want to call him, prime minister or dictator or whatever the hell he is.
he's the
The point,
president. He's the
yeah, he
president.
wants to, his main thing is to feed his people.
Absolutely.
And therefore, one of their main sources of feeding people is that they got to sell products and make sure that money is being spread out to these different corporations to keep people working, because he has to make sure that at least 800 million people are working.
He's doing a hell of a job doing it.
Yeah,
He's
he's doing
doing
a hell of a job
he's doing a hell of a job.
because his people, I mean, in the last 25 years, his people have risen up financially and educationally. I mean, he's doing a hell of a job because they send their people all over the world to get educated.
All over the world, and all over the world to do constructions and stuff and everything. That's Belt and Road Initiative and stuff, man, has brought a whole lot of jobs and stuff for them, for their people and stuff. And you're right, they are going all over the world. They're doing huge jobs and stuff in the Middle East and stuff, and over there on the Gulf Coast and stuff and everything. All these different buildings and stuff and everything. A lot of them are tied in to China because they're easily and stuff allowing their banks and stuff and everything to finance these projects and stuff there that's in these other countries, especially Africa. They financing huge projects there. This that railroad line and stuff and that Kenya and stuff has China's banks and stuff finance that railroad line that's going in there in Kenya. That 250-mile high speed rail they got there, they finance that whole thing. And they also coming into these other countries and stuff there in Africa and everything, and they're using their money and their economic power and stuff to finance these projects. And they are ensuring that their people and stuff is out there working because a lot of times their folks and stuff is out there actually doing the work. And the manual labor and stuff is done by the people there in their country, but all the technological stuff and everything belongs to China. Their people is is doing it. And they are showing them how to do these things. They're showing them how to build roads. They're showing them how to build high-speed rail, what they have already done there in China. So they're bringing that technology and stuff right there. They're bringing in uh, internet access and everything on their wireless. They got this system out there called BDAL and stuff and everything, man. And that system, man, they got there, man. It is, whoo, shoot, it beats us hands down. So, and they got projects and stuff going on down the ocean. They got projects going on in outer space and stuff, keeping their folks and stuff busy. They found a lot of things, man, and down in the bottom of the ocean and stuff and everything. They got these containers and stuff and everything that they can put down at the bottom of the ocean, and they're mining minerals and stuff down there right now. They have a whole daggone crew and whole system and stuff dealing with that. So they are way ahead of us and stuff and everything as far as doing things. But like we just said, they have to do that and everything because they have to keep their people and stuff busy. They have to keep them working.
Well, you don't want starvation, just like what's happening in certain portions of Africa, different areas in the Middle East. I mean,
Hmm.
these people are starving, you know, because, the, well, let's look at it like this. You know, when you look at innovation, and you have to have capital in order for people, and some ventures or excursions might not make it, might not be successful. But if you got 10 or 12 different little things that's going on, hey, and it becomes successful. You might have two or three be successful. Well, America works on a different schedule or different rim. You have to have venture capitalists willing to risk their money. This is what capitalism is. They have to risk their money and put it out there to see if it can be successful. Whereas when you have a government that's out there risking their money, they have more opportunity to do more excursions. They can invest in other countries on a large scale and invest in what have you. And the thing is what is America is going to, how are we going to, and we only, what, 20%, our population is very low compared to some of these other countries. I'm talking about India and China and even Europe. I mean, they're all different countries, but they still, collaborate together. The point is, this is what I think, Ed, and this is just what I've been thinking about, and I spoke on this very lightly, but I think that we as Americans should uh, come together as communities and work together because we can't depend on these major, I would say, food services or grocery stores or what have you, because a lot of them now are just putting, in the restaurant business, Ed, the restaurant has gotten so, especially when they have chains of restaurants, they all have the same food, and they work with the same company, and so therefore the food tastes the same. If a major corporation is giving 10 or 15 of these uh, food chains the same food or the same flavor, what have you, you don't have nothing is unique. They're just giving them food, and they giving them and they buying it from one company. They making all it because the franchises now they realize that they have to be able to contract with certain people to get and buy all kinds of things, like land and the whole thing. So they just say, hey, why not just buy from one company and they make all my burgers, they make all my hot dogs and freeze them up and ship them out. And that way they don't have to, their expenditures is not as high.
We are
And
in a time, Ted, that we gonna have to do something and everything, and I don't see it happening under this administration and stuff that we have and stuff right now. But our exports and everything, especially our farm exports and everything, is gone. We are no longer and somebody needs to tell these farmers this, and they need to be told the truth and everything, which the Trump administration is probably not going to do because they don't have any alternative for these farmers to do, and nobody is sitting out there trying to figure out what the hell is going on. We have taken these huge farms and stuff and everything, and we producing more per acre and everything because we knew that we could sell this shit overseas. Now that market is gone.
gone.
It is gone. China is buying their stuff from Brazil. They done signed long-term agreements and stuff with them for all of their farm stuff and everything. And so we're not going to be able to sell any more of these huge amounts of grain and stuff going over there. The same thing is going on over there in Africa. These farmers have been sending grain and soybeans and everything over to Africa. And these people are turning this shit down. And the reason why they're turning it down is because they have transformed their desert areas, all their dry areas and stuff and everything are producing crops and stuff now that they know that they didn't have the capabilities of doing it 2 or 3 years ago because they've been able to capture ground and stuff and everything and make it very productive and everything for their people. They're producing their own uh, coffee. They're producing their own potatoes and stuff and everything. They're producing all the foods that they need there for their countries and stuff now. So they don't need the imports and the exports, well, the imports and everything from the United States anymore. We don't need your grain anymore. We can take that shit and put it back because we producing our own grain. They got and they have been successful and stuff in turning some of these areas and stuff that has been dry and dry bone or whatever, and it's become productive areas. And they're slowly and stuff and everything doing that and stuff, and they're getting huge tracts of land and stuff back. And a lot of these people over there who've been in these villages and stuff, and the animals have died off and everything, and now they have turned this daggone ground into productive land. They digging into the ground and stuff and pulling water out of the daggone ground to help them to keep their crops going. And they can produce crops and stuff year round because of the climate. So we're gonna have to figure out what the heck to do with our farmland over here.
Well, the
It's
point the point what I was trying to make is that a lot of, and it's sad because nobody seems to, and I'm sure there's people that spoke on this, but we have millions of acres of farmland that is not being used, and it's just sitting there, and you might have a few cattle grazing on it or what have you, or but the bottom line is that they should be having these farmers who wants to farm have a different mindset of. But now the
Absolutely.
question is, when you're talking about food stuff, it's a lot of things entailed with that because just having a garden, you can have a row of cucumbers, you can have a row of okra, you can have a row of this and a row of that. But when you talk about feeding the masses, this is the problem. And I was thinking like this is that to me it's just, it's about community. If you have a big city, that would be a challenge. But when you have smaller towns and smaller cities that depend on, having some type of grocery store, we call them food deserts. I got to go 20 miles to go grocery shopping or what have you. The point is, if you have communities that come together, have an initiative, these mayors and state representatives and what have you should be having an initiative to have these people grow these types of crops so they can feed their people.
Right. Feed the
You can't
folks right
depend
here in
on
this country. Yeah. All the homeless people, they can feed them. They can do all kind of stuff with it. It's but somebody has to take that initiative on, Ted, and I don't see anybody out there taking that initiative on. I don't see your agricultural secretary and stuff sitting there
no,
and being honest with
no,
the farmers and stuff who are out there. Hey,
no,
this stuff is gone. Your exports, I don't care what the president said, that China gonna buy all your stuff again. They're not going to buy your grain anymore. So you're gonna have to figure out what the hell to do with your farm. And so we need to have a whole uh, big explosion and stuff and everything to let these folks know somebody needs to come forward with a plan as to what to do, what we can productively do with our farmland, and then to keep those farmers and stuff into business. Maybe they need to grow some other kind of crop and stuff other than corn or soybean. Put something else out there, that's going to be that you can be able to sell. So
because
it's
we can't. People cannot sustain the way things are going now as far as buying food. When you're looking at things are double priced, and what have you, and constantly going up. And I don't know. What you say the other day, without a vision, you ain't
without a
got no
vision, you're
vision,
lost.
bro.
You got to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you're lost. and
Yeah,
and you and you're gonna have to realize that change is coming, and that if you don't change and stuff with it, you in trouble.
yeah,
What's wrong with? And I know that this knucklehead in the White House and stuff told him and stuff. And when Biden was in office, he he had an initiative going with the farmers and stuff out there, turning their land and that they wasn't using it and stuff into solar farms. He was helping them. He was giving them all kind of alternative funds to do that. As soon as Trump came into office and stuff, he cut that shit out.
yeah.
We ain't giving you no more of this and stuff. But those solar energies and stuff and everything were being was a way and everything to help the industry and stuff with these data centers and stuff because you need electricity. So if these farmers are producing electricity and stuff, extra amounts of electricity, it's going to help you with the data center. But he has no vision to see that.
Right. You're absolutely right.
There's no vision there, and he has, and the people and stuff around him need to understand that. And I think what's going on and stuff now, a lot of them and stuff is they're they're being exposed now. But I don't know if it's too late or whatever, but we need to have some vision and stuff going on. We need to have some new ideas and stuff coming out of our government and everything to help people. And just like you said, you talking about the local governments, your mayors and all those other people and stuff and everything, your local Congress people, your local state senators and stuff and everything. They need to come together and stuff as a group to realize and stuff what the hell is going on and how we're going to survive.
You know why I say things are changing because this is unheard of. Publix is closing stores, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And we already know that a lot of these stores have closed down. It's stores that have been around for years, gone,
Mm-hmm.
grocery stores.
They
So
can't
there
make
is
any money.
something.
They can't make any money with their product ideas. They can't make any money. But guess what's coming in behind them? All these
And where they from?
from Germany.
There you go.
They are already contracting to build to bring on another 180 stores and stuff across the country, and maybe more. They said they're spending billions of dollars and stuff bringing in all these stores. And I'm looking around my neighborhood and stuff and everything, and they're coming out, man. They're building them. They're getting them. They're coming in and they're going into these old uh, shopping centers and stuff and everything, and they're putting all these stores and stuff, man, all over the place around here. And they're projecting to build even more because their profit line, they can make money and stuff and everything by their profit ideas and stuff. They don't have no a whole lot of cashiers and stuff in the store. They don't have no daggone stockers and stuff coming in there. What their ideas and stuff is, there ain't nobody sitting up there putting products up here and putting product down there and everything. They got a box sitting there. When that box gets empty, they cut the box open, put another box up there. That's it. And you come in there and you buy what they got, and they can sell stuff at a price that people can go out there and afford and stuff to buy. We shop at all this stuff all the time now, getting certain things, not everything, but certain things we go to all these and buy because they're cheaper than
Yeah.
going to a Walmart or Kroger's or Publix or
But
whatever.
you know that what they're relying on is uh, who's going to be the cheapest. It's like Walmart. Who's going to be the cheapest?
Well,
The point
all
is
these,
that it's not. When
all
you
these,
rely
all these
totally
have
on,
taken over.
but when you rely totally on these corporations to come in, and especially foreign countries that take their money and then they put it into their own country or whatever they do, they don't invest in America. The point is that the mayors and all these local people should be having a vision for their people as far as how they're going to food them. You can't rely on these people. Oh, well, we just give them some food stamps and then they can go buy from Aldi's. All they're doing is giving money to Aldi's.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. Nothing is going into the community. The money is not going into the community. Some kind of way they got to figure it out. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but to me, as far as I'm concerned, the community should be building communities and not these cities, and they can break these communities up in different portions, especially if you got over 200,000 or 75,000 or 100,000 people in your city. That's not a big, large city. You got China, man. They got millions of people in one city,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow they feeding all their people here. They got something going.
They, I think, Ted, that eventually, I'm thinking, I'm hoping and stuff that some of these communities and stuff are going to get some newer ideas and stuff coming out of their politicians, and that somebody is going to be able to bring forth things, ideas and stuff that's going to help the community. I'm looking at this guy that was in charge of transportation department, Pete Buttigieg. Now, he took when he was the Secretary of Transportation and stuff, he took that whole organization, that whole uh, Department of Transportation, and he just turned that thing upside down to the point and everything to where he cut out a lot of that paperwork, a lot of that stuff and everything that was stopping projects and stuff from happening in these communities and stuff and everything, and got these what they call uh, shovel-ready projects and stuff and everything, and say, hey, we're going to fund this stuff and everything in record time. We're going to eliminate the paperwork and everything that's coming out by agency and making sure that these projects and stuff get off the ground. And he did one hell of a job and everything and stuff with that department. So I'm thinking to myself and everything, because I'm seeing him out there now and stuff and everything going around the middle part of the United States and the Midwest there and everything, and huge group meetings and stuff with people and stuff out there that eventually and stuff and everything, he's going to start maybe telling these folks and stuff to bring new ideas. You're not getting them from DC, so the ideas going to have to come from you all and stuff. You all and your all community are going to have to come together and stuff and forget about the federal government and stuff helping you guys out because they are not capable of doing it right now. And you guys are going to have to figure out how to do something and stuff for yourself, whatever it may take. And people like him and stuff, who's a Rhodes Scholar and stuff and everything, I know daggone well he can come up and give these folks ideas and stuff and what they need to do and how they can be able to use whatever funding that they have within their communities and stuff and everything to improve what's going on there. So I'm hoping that I don't know. This is my
Well,
own
I don't
thoughts.
know who he tapped with, who his crew is and whose his surroundings is. And I'm sure that he's speaking to a number of people and he has his own followers and people that think like him and smart like him and come up with different innovative ideas. However, I understand that he, have aspirations to be a president, but he, who are his people that's around him?
He is. If I'm on point and stuff, Ted, I think he is laying the groundwork and everything for him to come on real strong. He's laying himself a patchwork of entities and stuff out there and stuff and everything. And he is quietly and stuff building himself an army and stuff out there. I almost bet he is because he's been going everywhere. You see him all in the Midwest, man. He's all there in Iowa. He's in all those
And he's
states and stuff
on Fox
around there.
News in a minute.
Oh yeah, he's out there. He's doing his thing. He's up there in Michigan and stuff and everything, dealing with them. He's up there in Wisconsin. He's up there in Minnesota and stuff and everything, talking to these grassroots people and everything that he's going to need to help him to get his campaign and stuff off the ground. And I know damn well that he's probably in Iowa and stuff and everything, laying that groundwork right now for him to have because that primary, Democratic primaries and stuff start early primaries is right in Iowa. Iowa is the point. You come out of Iowa and stuff and everything, and you got those other early voting sites and everything. And I don't see him down here, but I see him up north and everything quite a bit, and doing all kinds of stuff. And whenever he comes to town, man, the place is packed. They pack. As soon as he come to town, they are packed.
Well, the one thing, and let's face it, the one thing that these people are, and I'm not a socialist, but I know that you have to have social programs, and we have a lot of social programs. However, to label yourself as a socialist, democratic socialist, to me is one of the stupidest things you can do. I mean, you could have labeled yourself as a democratic progressive or, whatever. I mean, it's just like the Republicans, they label themselves as conservative. I'm conservative before I'm a
Well,
Republican,
I
whatever
don't.
that means.
I don't think that most of them, Ted, are labeling themselves socialists. It's the people who outside of them and everything are labeling them as socialists because of their ideas. And they think because these people are thinking, are talking about things outside the box and everything, that they're socialists, and they actually are not. But other people are labeling them democratic socialists or communists and everything because they got different ideas. So it's not
Well,
them who's
well,
doing
we
it, it's
already
other
know
folks.
that one of the major things, and this is the truth, and when you have Warren Buffett say the same thing, a lot of these people are not paying their fair taxes.
They're not. And he knows
And
it.
so, so therefore, to these Republicans, to them, that's socialism. You
And that's
take
what
it
I'm
from the rich.
saying. The opposite party is naming these people socialists because these people are thinking outside the box. Even in the Democratic Party, they are being ostracized. They are ostracizing these people who are thinking outside the box. They are not, uh, they don't consider them and stuff to be complete Democrats. You look at the Wisconsin election and stuff, and the governor, that guy that came on, David Crowley, whatever his name is and stuff and everything, he won the primary. And he came out and stuff on one of these news programs. I don't know if it was Fox, but it's not Fox affiliate up there in Milwaukee. And he's refusing to campaign and stuff with Democratic who come out in primary because he has some ideas and stuff and everything that is thinking outside the box. So he said, I'm not even going to caucus and stuff with them and everything. I'm running my own campaign and stuff. We leaving him. This this guy's, oh man, forget his name and stuff, but he said I'm not even gonna deal with him. We out here, we're Democrats. We ain't like him. So you got people in your own party and stuff and everything who are labeling these people socialists because they're thinking outside the box. And they are thinking that's probably one of the reasons why the other lady and stuff, Francesca Wong, did not win the daggone primary and stuff and everything because she had ideas and stuff outside that norm and stuff that these moderate Democrats want to portray themselves as. You cannot continue to be a moderate Democrat or would not become a fighter and stuff and everything because the Republicans, they are not going to be listening to you being a moderate. You have to think really, really strong and everything because we're going to have to change and stuff how this country and stuff thinks right now. Because if we don't, we're not going to survive. That's my
And
own personal
the
opinion.
thing is, though, and it's a big thing, but at the same time, you have to think about the changes that we need in this country. But at the same time, we have to get along with the world. The world is small now.
Hmm.
And when you really look at it, it's almost like, who are we connected to now? Who is our friends? Who are the people? I mean, we got that NATO going on and all that, but Trump treats it like it ain't nothing. So,
Well, you're finding and stuff, Ted, that some of the Democratic folks and stuff out there, and I know that the Arizona senator and stuff and everything took off and everything. He went overseas and stuff, talking to some of his counterparts and stuff outside his country over there in the European Union. And he came back and stuff and said, hey, the people over there outside this country are wondering what the hell's going on here in the United States. But he is reaching his hand out and everything to them and letting them know that, hey, once we get this knucklehead out of office and everything, things are going to change. So hold on, don't throw what's in the garbage yet. And we need people and stuff like that to just to go leave outside this country and go there. You saw this Rohan, or whatever his name, Ro and stuff and everything. He went over there to the Gaza Strip and everything. They damn near killed him and everything, but he went over there. And he was trying to tell these people over there, hold on and stuff. We're going to get different leadership and stuff here in the United States and everything
and he's
that is
progressive. He's
concerned.
very progressive.
He's very progressive, and he well, like I said, they almost killed him. They stopped his caravan over there, but the only reason why he survived there because he was a congressman, and I'm pretty sure that the our our people and stuff over there in Israel and stuff and everything probably told them, don't bring your ass back over here no more because we can't protect you. But he did at least reach out to let the folks and stuff know that he is concerned and stuff about them, that there are people and stuff here in the United States who are concerned about the folks and stuff over there who are going through genocide, and just all you got to do is just hold on just a little bit longer and everything, and we can maybe change some of these things that's going on in this country here. And we are seeing a lot of change and stuff going here because a lot of people and stuff are dealing with APAC anymore. They're telling them, hey man, we can't blindly go over there and just give our money to Israel and stuff without knowing what's going to happen with that money, and the
Accountability, boy,
policy,
accountability.
right, the policies and stuff that you got going on there with Bibi Netanyahu ain't getting it. You can't continue to kill these people and take their daggone land from them. So anyway,
So,
final word, brother. We at the end here. We this hour is gone quick.
I just
Man.
wanted to say, the thing is, people, like and subscribe. There's a lot of other things that, I wanted to talk about. But the thing is that here's the thing, though, man, potential wise, besides all the knuckleheads, we got 20-25% of the knuckleheads in this country that thinking in the 1950s. But man, we got so much potential, Ed, that if we just came up with some type of initiative, and we got to get these talking heads that's always talking, and a lot of them, they bring up some good ideas and some ideas, or they sound very intelligent. But we got to listen to some of the other people. We got to listen to new voices. We got this ideology crap is for the birds. This is about helping the people to make American people better, to move up and come up with different frameworks and different ideas and different innovative ideas. I understand, the AI and the software and all these, coding and electronics is all important. But we got to come up with some concrete ideas. Forget this. You got to be a Republican, you got to be a Democrat, but man, something has got to change, right? And it's got to change quick, because we are seeing that that this oil thing, man, is causing a whole lot of problems over in Europe. Places are burning up all over the place. We seeing here in this country, places are burning up, and we got to do something.
Hey, it's gonna happen. I can see it happen to you. All we have to do is just uh, uh, make ourselves available and everything to the fact and everything that we're going to have to change. We can't continue to follow down these same paths that we've been going, because it has not done us anything at all. And you're going to have to get them criminals and stuff out of there going White House, because they're going to, if we continue to let him do what the heck he's doing, man, you talking about a total destruction of this daggone country. That's what's going to ready to happen. So hopefully after this midterm and everything, and we have to make sure and stuff that the Democratic establishment and stuff knows that I don't give a crap how people in your party and stuff think and everything. We have to follow this thing as one, and you're going to have to tolerate and stuff these people and stuff out there who are coming online, because evidently their constituents and stuff like what the hell they're saying. If their constituents and stuff are voting for them and putting them into a position and stuff and letting them win the primary, then evidently their folks and stuff want that change. Now, everybody might not want that change. That's fine. But you can't sit there and try to destroy this person and stuff and everything who has won their primary and say they ain't right, or have a governor up there in Wisconsin say, well, I ain't going to politic with this guy because I don't like his idea. That's not right. You're going to have to deal with him. This man won his primary. You're going to have to deal with him in some kind of way. You can't just throw him away and say, I don't like what he's doing, so I'm not going to do anything. You are dividing the party. And divided, you can't win. You can't win when you're divided inside your own camp. So I'm hoping that somebody and stuff talk to Mr. Crowley and stuff and let him know at Wisconsin. Say, hey man, you making your party and stuff weak. You making people and stuff weak there, because you can't do that. That's his ideas and stuff and everything. So we're gonna have to figure out a way how to incorporate him and make us stronger. So, and then the fact that Trump is not going to let this daggone election go. And everybody better be aware and stuff of what the heck going to be happening here. He ain't going to give up his power. He's not, without a fight. And we need to get ready for it. And if you ain't ready for it, you ain't ready for that fight and stuff, we're going to lose. That's what I got to say. Anyway, so I'm done. Hopefully you can keep those ideas and stuff, Mr. Harvey and stuff, until next time. And we might have to have 2 a days here. I don't know. Because there's a lot going on, man. I mean, a hell of a lot going on out here. a hell of a lot going on. And right now, I'm very positive about myself and everything. I don't see that fear that I had 3 or 4 months ago and stuff with what's going on. I think, man, I'm very, very, very positive that we're gonna be able to get out of this shit and everything some kind of way. That God has another plan for us, and we need to realize and stuff that He got that plan and stuff, and say, hey, I'm here, I'm open and stuff. I need your help, and let Him get in charge and stuff. He the one that can handle it. He the one that can wield that sword for us. Yeah, I know I'm not very religious about this whole daggone thing, but hey, man, hey, I'm starting to realize that people around me are telling me, hey, the man's in charge. He in charge, and we got to understand that he's in charge, and that no matter what the heck is going on and stuff and everything, and no matter what the heck happening, how drizzle we see and everything, if we know that he's in charge and stuff, things are gonna be okay. So I'm okay. So people, like Mr. Harvey said, like and subscribe. We are here. I hope you all enjoyed the show, and goodbye.